our cars. So
yep.
I'm sure there's some friendly rivalry here as well. So as with any drivers, looks like we've got to start here. So
here we go, taking off from the line. Yoshihara is the higher qualified driver, so he will be leading, initiating into the bank.
Wow, able to pull
pretty high up on the bank, but it looks like Millen is pretty high as well. Some good smoke from both drivers. Here's the part that everybody's been having problems with, exiting the bank through the power alley. Looks like Rhys really had to slow down a lot, but able to close that gap over the course, over the entirety of the course, I should say. Coming around that last corner, across the finish line, plenty of tire smoke from both cars. Pretty good follow run from Millen. Not the best we've seen, but not anything that he would get a deduction for, I feel like.
Yeah, it looked like he had to, maybe had a little bit of a tough time getting off the line. I know it seems like Dai got a little bit better start. I wonder if the new tree is playing a part in that. But definitely was able to close the gap. Here we see Rhys closing in on Dai Yoshihara. Dai, although having good angle through the power alley, and, definitely became a very tight battle here towards the end of the track, which Seattle tightens up and allows for great competition.
Yeah, it's about a car length difference between both cars as they cross the start-finish line.
Rhys was never really able to get wheel to wheel with Dai, and that's starting from the start line. So it'll be interesting to see if Rhys is able to pull away from Dai on this runner. If that was just, maybe that S13 has some real power under the hood.
Again, these GoPro cameras, some of them are for the FD TV show, which will be on NBC Sports Network starting in August, right after the Olympics. Make sure and check your local listings. I believe it's airing on Sunday afternoons around 5 or 6 p.m. Check your local listings because it will be starting before the next round in Vegas. So here we go with round 2. Rhys Millen's going to be leading in that turbocharged V6. Yoshihara is going to be giving chase the Discount Tire V8. Here we go on the bank. Good high line from both drivers. Been pretty similar to the rest of their runs over the course of the weekend. Oh, Dai Yoshihara offline. Definitely one tire that dropped. We'll check for 2 later. Gonna get hard on the power through the power alley. Good smoke from Rhys coming off the end of the power alley around the last 2 clips.
Yeah, Rhys actually having a very aggressive run there. Although they look pretty equal on the banking towards the end of the run, it really looked like Rhys had some aggressive angle and aggressive smokes. Here we'll take a look at the replay again.
This is probably one of the most even matchups we've had so far this weekend. I really didn't see any major mistakes outside of this line mistake from Dai. Now, there's definitely 1 tire off, possibly 2 tires off. If that was 2 tires off, then that's considered to be a 0 in tandem. It would have been a very unfortunate change, and if that's the case, then only one of the top 3 drivers in Formula D would continue in this competition, which would be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, there's some very critical points here towards the championship at stake. Both of these drivers are fighting for both their teams, their sponsors, and their personal point standings. So looks like
Rhys Millen gets the win. I think it was 2 tires off for Dai, probably too much for him to overcome. So Rhys Millen is going to be moving on to the top 8, facing off against Matt Field.